And they laid hands on Jesus and seized him, and they all left him and fled. And a young man followed him with nothing but a linen cloth about his body. And they seized him, but he left the linen cloth and ran away naked.
But I am a worm and no man, scorned by men and despised by the people. All who see me mock at me. They make mouths at me, they wag their heads. He committed his cause to the Lord. Let him deliver him. Let him rescue him, for he delights in him.
My name is Mark, John Mark. I'm the writer of the first Gospel. I also accompanied Paul on some of his missionary journeys. I was there the night when Jesus was arrested. I was only young at the time. I kind of hung around them all, idolised them, I guess. I was an annoying kid, always tagging along, always asking questions. I'm sure some of them could cheerfully have throttled me, but instead they tolerated me. Let me sit and listen. Sometimes they'd let me sit near the fire, those times when he spoke long into the night. That night I'd follow them to the Garden of Gethsemane. They tried to send me home, said there was going to be trouble and that a kid shouldn't be anywhere near it. I knew some of them had swords. I'd seen them hide them under their cloaks. I got cuffed round the ear when they realised I was there, but I ran and hid, followed them at a distance. I wanted to know what was going to happen. I saw the fight and how, in the end, he stopped it all. I saw the traitor kiss him and the guards take him away. And I saw all the disciples bolt for it, fighting for their lives. But I stood watching too long. Suddenly I realised there were soldiers all around me, and one of them grabbed my shoulder. But I was lucky. I was small and fast. I managed to get both arms out of my tunic and run. The soldier was left holding the cloth and I got away. As I ran I could hear them laughing. I looked back and saw them holding up the tunic, waving it at me, mocking and pointing. I just kept running till I thought my lungs would burst. I was so scared. That was the worst night of my life, hiding out in alleys and doorways, cold and terrified, listening for the patrols. They'd taken him. Everyone had scarpered, and I was alone. I was there the next day. I hid at the back of the crowd. I saw him carrying the cross up the hill. He was covered in blood. I've never seen anyone in so much pain. I couldn't bear it, the indignity of it, the shame. They'd beaten him up so badly, humiliated him with that spiked crown and stupid robe. I wanted to run in there and rescue him, fight the soldiers myself, but the women stopped me. None of his disciples were there by then, only some of the women who'd followed him. One of them tried to help him. She got through, but she was nearly trampled by the crowd. Somehow I managed to pull her out. He fell 3 times under the weight of that appalling cross, and every time his cuts got deeper. The splinters dug further and further into his skin. His bones fractured and his muscles tore. Every time it got harder and harder to get up, and when he fell, the soldiers just whipped him all the more. I couldn't get near Golgotha, it was too dangerous. I was frightened they'd recognise me, so I just hid near the walls, but I heard what happened later. I heard from the women how he'd died. They told me that an important man had buried him and where the tomb was. Later, I went and sat there. I just wanted to be near him. Who was he? He was like a big brother, and the best sort of teacher and a friend all rolled into one. He never talked down to you. He was always interested in what you had to say. A grown-up who was actually willing to spend time with an annoying kid like me. The verse about the man in the linen cloth? It's my signature. I just wanted to say I'd been there on that awful night, and on the day of total abandonment, the day when all hope died.